Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Wish Infinite. In this video, I'm going to talk about array in Java. So what is an array? An array in Java is like a container that holds multiple items of same type. It allows you to store a group of values like numbers or words or any data type in one place, instead of creating separate variables for each value. So for an example, you want to store different value of fruits in Java. So one way is that you can create separate variable like fruit1, fruit2, fruit3 of type string and then save name of those fruits inside those variables. Or what we can do, we can create one array and then can save the value of each fruit in a single array. Let's see how we can do so. So let me open IntelliJ. Here let's close all these old programs and here let me create one more Java file inside this src folder only. So right click onto the src, new Java class, and here I will give name as Java program 3. Hit enter, so it will create a Java file and inside it will create one class with the same name. Now let's create a main method inside this class, and for that we need to provide public static void main and then its parameter, which is a string of type array args. And to write the same, we can use one more shortcut here into IntelliJ, and for that we just need to provide PSVM, which is for public static void main. See here, this main method declaration is appearing, and once you hit enter, it will automatically create the main method with its parameter. So just remember this shortcut PSVM and hit enter. And here, as we want to store the fruit name, which is of type string, so here I will provide string as the data type. And now as it is going to be an array, so for that we need to provide square brackets. So opening and closing of square bracket, and the same type we were providing for this main method also, right? So that was array of type string. And then we need to provide name of the array. So here I will give name as fruits, as we are going to store value of fruits here. Then we need to provide equals to, and here in the previous lecture of the string also I told that we need to use new keyword to create non-primitive data type. So here I will provide new, and then again we need to provide string and then square brackets, and in between these square brackets we are going to provide the size of the array. So let's say we want to store 3 values here. So 3 fruits name we would be storing, and for that I would be providing 3 here. So now we have declared one array of type string with the size 3, where we can store 3 values. So now till now we have not stored any value inside this array, right? We have just declared it. Now we want to store the value inside this particular array, and for that we need to first write the name of the array, which is fruits, and then at the first place I want to store mango. So for that again opening and closing of square brackets, and then as at the first position I want to store mango, so for that I will have to provide the index number here. And previously into the string lecture also I told you that index number is going to start from the 0. So here we need to provide 0. So fruits square brackets 0 equals to, and here we can provide the value which we want to store. So here I'm going to give mango and then semicolon at the end, which is compulsory into Java. Similarly, let's store other 2 values. So at the second position, which is at index 1, I want to store banana. So fruits square brackets 1 equals to string banana and then semicolon. And the third value I want to store as guava. So fruits 2, which is index number, mean this is our third value, equals to guava, semicolon at the end. So now we have stored these 3 values inside this fruits array, which is of type string, and its size is 3. And as we have previously provided the size of the array will be 3. So now let me store one more value here, which would be the 4th value. So index 3 for the fruits equals to any fruits name. Let me store. So papaya I will store, semicolon. So here if you will observe, we are getting this color onto this number 3. Let me mouse over here and see, we are getting this array index out of bounds message here. For other indexes we were not getting it because they were within the size of this particular array. But now as we are trying to save the value at the third index, which is the fourth value, so that's why we are getting this message here. So let me remove this particular item. Now as we have stored value inside this particular array, now let's try to fetch these values. So for that I will use this system.out.println just to print these values. So as out is the shortcut, hit enter, which will give us system.out.println. And here let's say I want to print value of the first item inside this array. So for that, what I'll have to give, I'll have to provide fruits, which is name of the array, then square brackets, and in between I'll have to provide the index number which we want to use. So let's give 0, which will give us the first item of the array. And like this, we can provide any index number to fetch value at the specified index. Now let me execute this program. So right click, run, and it has provided us the value of first item of this particular array. Like this, if we will try to fetch the third item of this array, which is at index 2, so it will give us guava into the console log. As we are just trying to print the value here, but into the program, you can use this particular value to perform any action or any operation. And as I told that we can store any type of values inside the array. So let's try to create one more array of type integer. So int, then opening and closing square brackets, then name of the array. So here this time I want to save the temperature of the specified day after some interval. So here I will give name of this variable as temperature equals to new, again int, the same syntax which we followed, and then square brackets, and between the square brackets we need to provide size of this particular array. So here I will give size as 8, as I want to store 8 temperature values of the specified day inside this array. Semicolon, hit enter, and now let's save the value inside this array. So again, name of the array, which is temperature, at the 0th position I want to store 32 degree as the temperature. At second position, which means at the first index, I want to store 35 as the temperature. So temperature bracket 1 equals to 35, and similarly we can save multiple values like it. And as we have provided size as 8, so we cannot store more than 8 values inside this specified array. And similarly we can create array of type boolean, float, or any data type. Now let me print the second value. So system.out.println temperature and then first index. Let's execute the script, which will give us guava and 35 from this particular temperature array. Now there is one more way through which we can save these values inside the array. And how we can do that? So for that, let me create one more array of type string. So string brackets. Now this time I will give the name as fruits2 equals to, and this time rather than providing this new string and then size of the array within the brackets, what we will do, we will directly provide value here. By the same way we were creating the string, if you remember, right? Either we were creating the string with the help of new keyword or directly by providing the value within the double quotes. So here also we can follow the same concept. So first we use the new. Now we will directly provide the value here, and as it is an array, so here we would be providing values within the curly braces, and inside the curly braces we need to provide values separated by comma one by one to store them inside the fruits too. So now let's provide mango first, comma, then double quotes as its type is string, then banana, comma, double quotes, and let's give papaya here, and then semicolon at the end. So by this we are able to save these values inside this variable, which is array of type string. And here we are not providing any size, that what should be the size of the array. So here Directly also we can save the fourth value. Here let's give guava as the fourth value, and multiple values we can provide here, and all those values will be saved inside this variable as an array, right? So this mango will get saved at the 0th index, this banana would be at first index, and so on. And let's use this particular value. For now we will just print this value. So again, fruits2 is the name of the array, square brackets, and then let's print this papaya, which is at third position, which means the index would be 2. So within the square brackets 2 we need to provide. Now let's run the script. See, we are able to get papaya from this particular log. Now we can also create two-dimension array. So for an example, here we were storing values of temperature for the specified day, which is day 1, let's say. But now I want to store value for the day 2 also. So what we will do, we will use two-dimensional or 2D array. And to create two-dimensional array, first we need to provide data type. So here I want to store temperature for the 2 days. So for that I will use this integer as the data type. Then square brackets 2 times we need to provide to create the 2D array, space, name of this 2D array. So temperature or temp2 I will provide equals to, and then we will use these curly braces, and inside these curly braces, as we want to store values of temperature for each day, so I will provide two arrays by using these curly braces. So curly braces, comma, again curly braces. So here we would be storing value of the temperature for the day 1, and inside it we would be saving value of the temperature for the day 2. Let's provide some values. So 23, 25, 29, 34, right? So these are 4 temperature values for day 1, and similarly let's provide some values for the day 2 also. So 32, 35, 36, 31, and semicolon at the end of the line. So now we have created a two-dimensional array where we are storing values of the temperature for 2 days. Similarly, if we want to store values for the third day, so again we put comma inside this outer curly braces, and then we can provide value for the third day within the inner curly braces. So how you can understand it as the 2D array? So imagine a table, right? And inside it there's first row, and in that first row we have different columns, right? First column, second column, third column, fourth column. Now we have second row, and inside that also we have first column, second column, third column, and fourth column. And similarly we can have multiple rows with multiple columns. Let me remove this third array and let me arrange it like this, so it would be easy for you to understand this 2D array. First row, different columns, second row, different columns. Just to make you understand, I am taking example of this table so that you can relate. Now let's fetch the value. So for now I will just print out the values, system.out.println, and now let's say I want to print this 29. So for that, first we will have to provide name of the 2D array. Then as I want to print 29, which is in the first row, so first we will have to put these square brackets, and first row means 0th index would be there for the first row, for the second row index 1 would be there, and so on. And now from this first row we want to fetch this 29, which is at third position, which means the index would be 2. So again the square brackets and 2 we need to provide. And now if I will execute this script, here I would be able to see 29. Let me execute the script. See, this 29 got printed. And similarly, if we want to fetch value from this second array, so consider it as the second row. For that the index would be 1. And now let's fetch this last value, which is at 4th position with the index 3. And now if I will execute the script, it will give me 31. See, and as the assignment, you can try to create this 2D array with this particular syntax. You can Google it and just create same 2D array by providing the same values and send it under the comment section. If you have any doubts, you can also let me know into the comment section for the same. And like string, these arrays also are non-primitive data type, and as we discussed, for the non-primitive data type, they are having some properties and methods which we can use to fetch a specific value or to perform a specific operation onto these non-primitive data types. So onto the array also we can do the same. So let's use some of those methods or properties which can be helpful for you. There are so many such methods or properties that you can explore. For now, let's use some of them. So now let's say we want to fetch the length of the specified array. For an example, let's use this fruit2 where we have 4 items and we want to fetch the value of this specific array. Let me cut and paste it at the end so that you will not get confused. And here I want to get the length of this fruit2. So for that, let's use this system.out.println, and inside it I want to print the length of the array. So for that, first you'll have to provide name of the array dot, and then this is the length which is property and not the method, so that's why the braces is not appearing here, and we need to use it without the parenthesis. Now if I will execute the script, so at the end I would be able to see 4 as the length of the array. See, this 4 is appearing. You can ignore these values which are appearing because of these system.out.println. Like this, you can get length of the specified array. And now let's say we want to sort this array, and for that we have one method, and to use that method we need to provide arrays class. So ARRAYS, which is this class, which is inside the package which is java.util. So for now you can consider the package as the folder in which this arrays class is there. And if we want to use this class, we will have to import this java.util package. So let me click onto this array which will automatically import java.util package at the top of this particular file. So here let me click. So at the top, if you will see, this IntelliJ has automatically imported this java.util package, and inside it this arrays class is there. So we will have to import the package if we want to use that particular class here. So arrays dot. Now if we will put dot, you would be able to see different type of methods which we can use onto the array. There are so many methods, you can explore it by using them one by one. For now we are talking about this sort. So here we need to provide sort and then round braces, and inside that we need to provide the name of the array which we want to sort. So here I want to sort this fruits2. So the name I am providing. So now it should sort this fruits2. Let me print the value of this fruits2 now. So system.out.println, and let's print the first value. So fruits2 square brackets first value which will be at the 0th index. And now let's run, and now we are able to see banana here at the first position. But here in the array, if you will see, mango is at the first position at the 0th index. But why banana is appearing? Because this particular line where we have used the sort method has sorted this fruits2 array into the alphabetic order. So first banana would be coming, then guava would be coming, then mango, and then papaya. Let me print value at the first index, which is second, which would be guava, into the alphabetic order. See, this value got printed. Same you can do for the integer array type. In that case, it will print the value from small to the largest, and you can try it with any of the data type. And as I told, inside this array class there are different methods which can be used to perform different operations onto the array that you can explore by your own. And here there can be some interview questions like how you can create an array, how you can save the value inside an array. So you can provide these information where we saw that either we can create array by using this new keyword where first we need to provide the size and then we can save the value like this, or we can create one array directly by providing the values within these curly braces. And this is the syntax for creating the array by both the ways. How we can fetch the value from the array? So you can specify the syntax. You can fetch the value by using the array name and then by providing the index number. There is one more way where we will have to use the for loop to fetch all the values one by one, that we would be learning later once we will learn that how to use the for loop or for each loop. There is one more question which may appear, that how you can fetch or get the length of the specified array. So you can tell that we can use this length property onto the array directly to get the value of the length of the array. About the 2D dimensional array, there can be one question that how you can create 2D array. So accordingly, you can answer, which we discussed, that we can create 2D array by providing the syntax like this. And that's it for this particular video. Let me give you the quick recap. So here we saw that array can contain multiple items of same type. And to create one array, we need to provide this specific syntax where we need to provide data type, square brackets, and then space, name of the array equals to, and either we can use this new keyword or we can provide these curly braces to provide the values. And to save the values inside the array, we can use this array name, and then within the square brackets, we need to provide the index number, which are going to start from the 0. Or we can directly use this curly braces to save the value. And to fetch the value, we will have to use this array name, and then within the square brackets, the index number for the value which we want to fetch. And as I told, we can also use the for loop to fetch the value of the array that we are going to learn later. And that's it from my end. You can click onto this first card to go to the next video. You can click onto the second card to access whole Java tutorials playlist, and stay tuned for my upcoming videos. If you have any comments, questions or doubts, you can let me know into the comment section below. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Have a great day.